So what's your take?
Incels are not real.
100% disagree. Incels are real.
No, you are not involuntarily celibate. You just hate women and feel entitled to our bodies.
But they're real.
Let me explain, okay? Women don't not want to sleep with you because you're a nerd or you play video games or you think you're ugly, okay? Every single woman I know has an ugly boyfriend. She's like, this is Brian. He looks like a dirty dish towel. That's not the problem.
Ugly's in.
Yeah, it's not because you're ugly, okay?
Wait, does incel stand for involuntary celibate?
Yes, what did you think it stood for?
What's some good advice for an incel?
It's like they're on land and they're like, why can't I catch any fish? Get in the water and put out something that I want to eat. Like from the moment we're born, women are like conditioned to be desirable to men. Have you heard of Sephora? Have you heard of
Victoria's Secret?
European Wax Center?
Brandy Melville?
This guy knows his stuff.
Women like the strong, silent type.
Yeah.
So just carry a book around, carry a baguette around, wear a beret.
Ask her one question.
And get laid.
Get laid, baby.
What's your favorite color? Bang.
Bang.
Sex.
That's for you. That's for free.
They're still involuntarily celibate.
No, it's
I
voluntary.
want to yes and you.
They won't work on themselves.
I'm
Do you
an
hear what I'm
incel.
saying? They won't be a pleasure to be around.
What if I'm a secret
Here's
incel?
some advice. Buy the book She Comes First from that Short King.
Written by a man?
Yes.
Give me a fucking break.
Yes, did you not know that? Of course it
What world
was.
do we live in?
It was written by a short king.
He doesn't know jack shit. He's just trying to get lady.
Read that book, walk around with it. You will have a threesome tonight. Like, you are not involuntarily celibate, okay?
Incels are not real. If that statement makes you mad, you can go ahead and leave a dislike on this video. Go in the comment section, leave a mean comment. Tell me how much you hate me and how much I don't know anything about anything. But what this woman is saying in this video is 100% true. Unless you have a severe medical disability, if you have a severe handicap or a disease or are going through serious mental issues, I'm not going to sit here and say it's all your fault. Incels are just guys who make excuses and refuse to put in the work to better themselves and their situation. Now, I don't want to sit here and demean men who constantly face rejection. I don't want to demonize men who are feeling lonely right now because it's a real thing that a lot of men struggle with, especially nowadays. But if you have resentment towards others, if you blame it on everything outside of yourself, if you have misogynistic views about women, the problem is you. I hate to break it to you. You may not like to hear this, but you are the problem. Nobody's saying you have to be a supermodel. Nobody's saying you have to be a millionaire. Nobody's saying you have to be shredded and have a six-pack like a top-tier athlete. But you have to work on yourself to make yourself desirable to others and to women. Maybe you have to work on your social skills. Maybe you have to work on your financial situation. Maybe you have to work on acquiring hobbies. Maybe you have to do multiple things at a time. But I promise you, if you really put yourself out there and put in hard work and consistent effort, there is somebody out there for you. And they're not just going to show up at your door knocking on it like, hello, does Josh live here? I heard that he hasn't had a girlfriend, but he's putting in hard work. You have to go out there, put yourself out there, take risks, face rejection, especially if you know that you're not a conventionally attractive guy and have to do more than other people to get to the same level. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that people don't have different starting points in life. Some people are born into wealthier families. Some people are born with better genetics. You will never become LeBron James no matter how hard you work at basketball because you will never be 6'8" and have a 40-inch vertical. I'm sorry, that's just the truth. But to say you can't improve to be better than your friends or even be better than the people in your area is complete bullshit. You're just making excuses because you don't want to pick up the axe and chop wood every single day. You know it's hard, you know it's strenuous, you know it's time consuming, and a lot of the times it fills you with deep despair because the progress doesn't come easy. You're not going to see progress every single day. You're not going to see progress every single week. And people give up before they reach their goals or even make any significant progress to speak of because it's way too hard. That's what sets people apart from being great and being average. And a lot of these incels are average. You don't see any successful incels in the world. Do you know why? Because they're allergic to hard work. They'd rather make excuses about their situation than pick up the shovel and start digging dirt. Look, maybe you're going through tough times. Maybe you're having mental health issues. Maybe your situation is extremely difficult, and I'm super sympathetic for you. I've been in difficult situations before too. I'm not in the greatest position either. It's not like I'm floating in money or floating in women or ultra successful either. But I will never, ever, ever make an excuse as to why I am failing in life and blame it on external factors that are outside of my control. Not only because that stuff doesn't matter. I literally cannot control what other people do, how they feel, what they think of me. It would be prudent to try and control any of that. But I can control what I do on a daily basis, the work I put in, how hard I work, how resilient I am, how disciplined I am. That is something completely within my control. But until you do those things, until you do it for a long period of time, do not blame you not being able to get laid on other people. And let's not get it twisted. You have to be realistic in life, your standards, and where you fit into society, okay? If you're a 4 or a 5 and you're out here looking at 9s and 10s, that is your fault. It has nothing to do with society. Yes, maybe some of those girls are getting with horrible men and those men are abusing them and mistreating them. But again, you cannot control that. That has nothing to do with you. The only thing you're guilty of is having unrealistic standards and expectations. You're not entitled to anything. Nobody owes you jack shit. And it's up to you to put in the work to earn that respect from others, to earn that attraction from women, to earn everything that you have in life, especially as a man. I know it's the hard truth for a lot of you to hear because you want things handed to you on a silver platter. And look, the world isn't always fair. You may have to do way more work in your case in order to get the same results as someone who's been working for a week or a month. I'm not saying that the world is built all fair and that everyone's created equal and that everything is all sunshine and rainbows. But the fact remains, you can still do something to improve your situation. To say that you can't be a normal guy and live a fulfilling life is just cope. There are people working at the grocery store, at the corner store, at the mechanic shop who have families, who have girlfriends, who have wives. Your results and your timing will never be the same as someone else's. You may have to ask out 20 girls. You may be rejected by all 20 of them, but the 21st one will say yes to you. Meanwhile, another guy can ask out 3 girls and all 3 of them will say yes to him. Life is unfair. And let me play devil's advocate here for a second. Let's say that you put in the work. You try very hard. You try to improve your social skills. You're not socially awkward. You ask girls out. You go outside of your comfort zone to put yourself out there, and you still can't get anybody to date you. Do you honestly believe that you're living a happier life by sheltering yourself and walking around mad all the time, walking around blaming everybody with resentment in your heart? Do you think that that's a better way to live? At the end of the day, you're not getting girls either way. I would rather take my chances, no matter how slim they are, with no hate in my heart, working hard and putting in effort every single day and knowing that I did my absolute best and did the absolute most I possibly could, than to shelter myself in, live with resentment, and then have regrets later in my life. You can live your life however it is that you want to. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm not going to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. I'm telling you from my perspective, how you look to people like me, how you look to women. No woman wants to be with a guy that thinks that women owe them anything. Some women are terrible people, just like some men are terrible people. That does not mean you should base your entire existence off of a group of people that you're looking at on the internet. Some of you guys need to go outside and interact with way more people, because I promise you, if you do, you will shed a lot of these beliefs that you are having. Nobody said it was easy. Nobody said it was instant. Nobody said if you go out 1, 2, 3 times that you're going to find the love of your life. But to just sit back and say, oh, I blame women, I blame society, I blame everybody else except myself, and I'm not going to take any accountability, is just sorry and soft. If you disagree with me, more power to you. You can continue sheltering up, living in your room, playing video games, being on TikTok all day, working in your cubicle, not being happy. Go ahead. Life is hard either way. But I know for myself, I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to work hard every day. And whether I'm getting rejected 100 times or getting accepted 100 times, it doesn't matter to me, because I know I'm doing the right thing and living life in the way that I want to. I have control over my situation. Before you ask out 100 women, do not blame it on other people. Do not blame it on other women. Do not blame it on anything outside of yourself. Until you've put up those type of numbers, until you've put up that type of volume, you have no right to complain about anything. I know I may come off aggressive in this video, but at the end of the day, I just want young men to stop blaming other people for their situations. I think if everyone just took accountability and acted like they were responsible for everything that went on in their life, the world would be a much better place. I see a lot of men just angry on social media, complaining, leaving mean comments on women's video that have no place being there. I'm not saying that every woman is right. I'm not saying that every woman shouldn't have a come to Jesus moment and realization that they're doing something wrong. But you should be in that boat as well. We are both guilty parties. You can't act like you're this saint and this holy beacon of light that's doing everything right, and women are just the bad guys because they're not giving you a chance. Maybe they're not giving you a chance because you're fucking ugly, you don't have money, you live in your parents' house, and you don't show them any respect. Again, yes, genetics matter. I'm not trying to sit here and say that genetics are bullshit and that, oh yeah, I could just be whatever I want to be no matter what. That is not true. But to say that you can't live a happy life, to say that you can't find love, to say that you can't find a relationship is absolute cope. Maybe you have to lower your standards. Maybe you have to become better. Maybe you have to look within yourself and ask yourself, why do I have such resentment towards women? Maybe you were hurt in the past several times, and I'm not blaming you for it. I would have the same mindset. I did have the same mindset. I have been hurt by multiple women. I have been rejected. Most of the women that I've approached have also rejected me as opposed to accepted me. But that doesn't make me hateful towards them, because I understand not everybody is going to like me. But when I do find that person that does like me, that does gravitate towards me, I know they will like the genuine me and for who I am. I don't have to make any excuses about anything else. I don't have to put it on anybody else. I control what I can control. I control who I am, and I control the things I believe in. You can believe in whatever you want. You can think whatever you want to think, but this is just my 2 cents. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you on the next one.